Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do something a little bit different today and show you how I do a heatless blowout, how essentially I fake a blowout. So what triggered me to do this, I recently posted a photo on my Instagram page of the back of my head and I realized just how long my hair looked and was curious to just do a length check. I also like to do this every so many months just to change things up. I think something that's really nice about having naturally wavy, curly hair is the versatility of it. So just something a little bit different that won't harm your hair, but it's still nice to have as an option. Now you can do heat blowouts if you like. That's totally by preference. I've heard that if you're strict curly girl, you wouldn't do this, but you can use silicones as a natural heat protectant. So that's great if you want to do it that way, but this is also just another option. One thing that I will put here as a disclaimer, if you have a tighter curl pattern than myself, I'm somewhere between 2A on the bottom to 2B, 2C, and a couple of 3A curls at the top of my head. If you have a tighter curl pattern than I do, this probably won't work as well. This does work with a looser wave curl pattern. It's just something to note, but let's get into it. I'll just show you how I do this and feel free to give it a try. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've washed my hair, just shampooed, conditioned, and I put some leave-in in it. I just had it sitting in this microfiber towel. Now, if I were to do this traditionally, I would just let my hair air dry for a while until I get it kind of to like a damp dry. It is pretty much just damp at this point, but to speed up the process and also to help prevent any wonky areas in my hair, I want to try to make this as smooth as possible. Then I'm going to take my blow dryer to it, but I'm going to keep it on a low heat setting. So again, you can definitely do this and air dry it for the most part to get it mostly dry so that you can start to manipulate it the way that you want to, and that can work just fine. But again, applying a little bit of air to it to assist in smoothing out your hair can make it a little bit easier. So I'm just brushing it out to make it easier to work with. I can already tell that this is getting crazy. So I'm going to use a little bit of foam in my roots because I don't want my hair to go completely flat. One of the reasons I don't really like wearing it straight anymore is because my hair looks so flat on top. You all know I love volume. I'm going to try to give myself some volume while doing this, so I've the tiniest amount left, but don't worry, I just did reorder some of this. So I'm just going to use a little bit. This stuff it has like a really nice stick to it, so it spreads really easy. So I'm just gonna get this into my roots so that when I dry it, I'm gonna flip my hair upside down and side to side, the same as I would if I were diffusing it to get it wavy and curly, but this is gonna help add some lift at the root. All right, now that the mousse is in my roots, I am going to start drying a little bit, and I'm going to focus on the root because again I'm trying to focus on getting a little bit of lift and smoothing down any kinks that want to naturally form from my hair's natural pattern. I'm just going to spray a little bit of this on my ends. It's the Wish I Love Your Hair Magic. It's like a water oil blend. You don't have to do this. Again, if you use leave-in conditioner, that can work just fine, but my ends tend to get pretty dry because my hair is colored. Who knows how long this has been on my head if your hair only grows so many inches every year. This is years and years and years of heat damage and coloring, just exposure to the natural elements. So I'm just gonna mist my ends with a little bit of the oil, not too much because I don't want my hair to come out stringy when I dry it, but just my hair's thirsty, especially when I do something like this. Okay, so let's get into drying. So I have my Extava dryer here with my diffuser attachment. I am taking the attachment off. This feels a little weird, it's a lot lighter. And I'm going to use my Behairful brush because this is an awesome detangling brush. It's easy to pull through my hair. I do not have a round brush. You could probably get better results using a round brush doing this, but again, most of the kind of blowout wave that I'm going to create is by me twisting my hair up into a clip. Right now, again, I'm just focusing on drying my roots and trying to create a little bit of lift, but this is the brush that I have because I mostly don't do blowouts and I wear it as its natural pattern. I don't have a lot of the basic tools that I used to have when it came to blowing out my hair. So let's do it the modified way. So my brush, my dryer, I'm gonna flip my hair upside down. I'm gonna start targeting my roots to dry. I'm going to go on the medium speed. I might click it up to high speed, we'll see. And the cool setting. I know I love high heat, high speed when diffusing, but I'm trying to be as gentle on my hair as possible. So we'll stick with cool. Okay, so it's pretty dry, but there's also a lot of damp spots in there still. So while I'm at this stage, what I like to do is go in with a little bit more mousse. And why I like, well, foam, I should say. Why I like to use this stuff is because it's not watery. I've noticed with a lot of other products that I've used that are mousse or foam, they tend to be kind of watery, and I don't like that because water activates frizz in my hair, and this is much more of a sticky consistency. So it does make working through your hair with the brush a little difficult, but it does help smooth down some of the extra puff that I get from doing this. But also the way that I'm going to twist it back, which I'll show you, helps as well with keeping it smooth. So, okay, so with the mousse in my hair, the best way to start working through with the brush is starting at the ends and working your way up. This is the gentlest way to detangle your hair. Now that my hair is mostly dry, but I can still feel that there's moisture in there. So it looks pretty dry on camera, but I can feel that it's still got a little bit of water in there. So what I'm going to do is twist my hair up right where it is. So I know it looks a little bit nuts right now, but what I'm about to show you is how I kind of smooth it down and help shape it to look like a blowout. I take a couple of these little Goody claw clips. You see these pop up in a lot of my videos because I use these for everything. What I'm going to do is pull my hair back and twist it in a way that it creates a soft wave. Even when I did used to straighten my hair, what I would do is blow dry it on high heat to make it stick straight. And then instead of a curling iron, I would do this. I've been doing this for years. It almost feels like my muscle memory is coming back from twisting my hair this way. And what I like to do is go like this in about the middle of the back of my head, at least to start, so my hair's all smooth. Now watch how I twirl my hair and wrap. So I give it a twist, and then go around, and then I give it a twist around my finger, and go around, and give it a twist, and go around. I'm right on the ends, so I'm just going to try to twirl my ends so they don't look like dry fishtails. I'm going to take one of these clips and hold it down. While you're wearing it like this, if you're just around the house or whatever, you can take it down from time to time and kind of move it, because by putting this claw clip in, you're going to create a kink where you put it. So if you can get away with it underneath on the bottom, that's great, but still wherever the hair is that you've clamped is going to create a little bit of a kink. So just something to be mindful. So I'm going to start with it low, and then I'm going to let it dry, and I'll come back when it's done. All right, we'll be back. Just kidding, I'm back. So I just wanted to come on and show you that it's been about 30 minutes, so I have moved the bun to the top of my head again to avoid the kink. I'm trying to keep it clamped in the back so as to not get too much of a kink, up here. If I were to clip it here, you're gonna get a kink right in the front. At least this kind of keeps it in the back. So I'm almost dry, and obviously the longer you leave it in this shape, the more your hair is going to wave that way. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer, and when I feel like it's done, I'll come back and I'll show you guys. All right, for real this time. All right, you guys, here it is. I just took it down. My hair has been up for about 2.5 hours. Probably would do it a lot longer. I'm definitely gonna sleep with it up the way that I showed you, just to help create more of a wave. This is definitely softer. I'm starting to get something here and it's starting to kind of shape here, but because I've taken it down already, to show you, this is as much as it's doing at the moment. I'm running out of natural light, which is why I wanted to come on now. But anyway, length check. We are getting long. We're getting really long. I need a haircut. It feels kind of heavy. The top layer is just, you know. Also something to note, the last cut I got was a diva cut, and I know that a lot of people are concerned that if you have one of the dry curl by curl cuts, you can't wear straight. I have worn it straight since I've had that cut doing this, and I think it looks perfectly fine. Just kind of looks like long layers. I think too, because I have a natural soft wave pattern, the cut isn't super choppy, so that probably helped. But anyway, let's look at the back. Oh my gosh, that is so long. You need a haircut. So that's it, you guys. I hope that's been helpful. Yes, there is a lot of brushing that I do, but this is as CG friendly as I can make it without using heat. So it's kind of a trade-off. If you have a round brush, that's excellent. Usually those work pretty well if they have a metal base and you use a little bit of heat, so that heat heats up the metal on the round brush and helps create that wave in your hair. So that's certainly something you could do, but I choose to just use a normal brush. This works perfectly fine for me. Using the dryer on a low heat, and I actually used high speed to help dry it a little bit quicker, allows me to get a little bit more lift up here so it doesn't sit so flat. So I hope that's been helpful. If you have anything else that you'd like to see, please send it my way. I'd be happy to get something together. Otherwise, that's it from me today, guys. All right, thanks for watching.